are live, guys, from Los Angeles, California. This is cyber part of Tigray. So we got someone in the corner named Ndale from Denver, whispering a little bit to Hudrit. So sadly, we have to kind of pick on people here, but we got Danny from Dallas here. We got Elsa
From where?
Denver. I think last time I checked, Aurora area.
Wow.
You're very specific. Next to the airport. 30 seconds from the airport. Yeah, look, we're live. Just FYI.
We're not.
And then
It's from Denver.
30 seconds from the airport. I just run into her at the LA airport. She, anyway, so you guys know what's happening. So listen up. Before you guys can't see me, I'm sorry. So I'm gonna readjust myself here. Anyway, you guys know who your host is. This is Mike. Sorry, we just did a last minute thing here, but in any case, we just found out just in the last couple of hours, the Amhara community, if there is one, which there are some, within the Los Angeles area, on Tuesday, March 16th, which is about a day and a half from now, or 2 days from now, we'll be protesting in support of the dictator Abiy Ahmed and Isaias Afwerki and the genocide in Tigray, the rape in Tigray, in front of California Congresswoman Karen Bass. For those of you who are not sure who Karen Bass is, she's an African-American woman based in her district, Los Angeles, California. So the protest will entail for our demand for her to stop the support of a dictator who has put 4.5 million people in Tigray region of Ethiopia at a famine, who are dearly needing humanitarian assistance, which is food and water, and she's supporting him. I mean, she's supporting him that she is less concerned about the humanitarian crisis, women's rape, the genocide, and she's more interested in her own self-interest, whatever that is. In any case, we are going to emphasize and focus on the fact that girls being raped by Eritrean soldiers. We're going to provide her with those facts to our office. We're going to rise up tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Los Angeles time, California time, Pacific time, however we want to call it. So those of you in the California area, please join the Tegaru in LA, in Los Angeles, California, for the protest. There is many of you, I'm sure that you have come to the protest yesterday that was held, was successful. And I hope that many of you will be able to join tomorrow. We know this was an emergency situation. So Ndale, I'm going to jump right into you. You can say whatever you think, but you get the point what our plan is for tomorrow, 10 a.m. Los Angeles time. So how do you feel with having an elected U.S. official, an African-American who believes in Black Lives Matter, particularly, which actually really bothers me, because if she believes Black Lives matters, Black lives should matter everywhere in the world, not just for Black Americans, but for all of us. We are Americans. So when our family in Tigray are being held hostage, are being massacred, women being raped, and we have a fellow Black woman who's a congresswoman in this country that really she had the audacity to support a man who's ordered atrocity on civilians in Tigray. What's your take on that?
Well, thanks so much for having me on your show too, and I'd like to say hi to all of the viewers. I think you touch up on a great point, and then also, just like I said, the protest was yesterday was a testimony exactly what the freedom of expression exists in this country. But at the same time, like you just mentioned, the issue that with the Congresswoman, I think it falls on to the responsibility of the elected officials. So they have to uphold their oath to protect and serve. So I think we all, the citizens of this country, should voice our concerns directly to them. This is not only to be handled by protest, but this has to be a direct one-on-one communication with the Congresswoman. even I'm not in this California constituency, but I think we have a lot of Tegarus who are a voter in her district. So I think there should be a kind of accountability. And I know they have a liaison, which is, they call it a political appointee in each elected official office. So I think we have to have a direct one-on-one dialogue with her and see what exactly her thought about. So, you know, the officials sometimes they may not get the update, the information they need. So that's another one. But I think that's not the only thing to say, because she's just one elected official, but the majority of the focus on is the entire United States agenda toward the current Ethiopian officials is in one in decision making, especially the Secretary of State, the White House, and what have you. So I know that the Congress and the Senate, and they have a power making laws, but sometimes when it comes to diplomatic, the Foreign Affairs Office deal with that. I know the Congress, she's also on that committee, but I know that that can be changed. So I think we need to have like a so-called lobby job with her office in terms of getting addressed the issue. That's a very important part.
So let me interrupt you there. I don't believe that we need a lobby for her office right now. What I think is happening is that she's as a woman, as an African American, as a Black woman, I'm like very like angry at her. Like let me just be clear. So she chairs the Foreign Relations Committee. Okay, she's very powerful in the subcommittee. So if she fails to bring in even victims to be a witness in the hearing, for example, when she's making soft deals, which is actually in the first hearing that she held, I don't know if you guys followed it, but I watched her, that she didn't allow us to bring like victims from Tigray as witnesses, including those who were in Sudan, but she brought in from other part of Ethiopia. It's just insulting an injury already. So when you really want to like do the right thing, you bring like actually victims of the crime for them to testify to tell America and tell the world what's happening. But that's not what she's doing. So our concern is that she's not standing for women's rights. She's not standing up for women's rights in Tigray is what I'm talking about. And the rights of every Tegaru in Tigray region. So I just want to stay focused on the other diplomatic we talked about. I mean, you mentioned, I appreciate that. But I think the fact that we have the State Department speaking strongly about what's happening, the White House speaking strongly about it, you can't get it any more clear than that. But you have an African-American elected woman in Los Angeles, California, who is a chairperson of the Intelligence Committee, basically. So I think our concern is that she has a power on her hand that she can rise up and she can say, no, we cannot let this kind of atrocity take place.
That's true. I think she's going to be also move her position, because her position will be taking place within New Jersey, African American, and new chairman incoming. So I think she will be no longer holding that position. So I think that will be a great opportunity. But the new incoming chairman, he's also a brother, so he's eloquently spoke last time that the atrocity taking place between the Tigrayan people and the Eritreans and the Ethiopian forces. So he's aware more than anyone else. So I think the opportunity, we still have the world's on our side. So I don't think, I'm not really concerned about just one single elected official can make that kind of uninformed decision, but we're still not too late. But there's a lot of elected officials are aware what's going on. So all up to her is to come and deal with this face to face. But the other issue that we can probably face is not only from the California, but there's some few.
Let's sorry. I'm going to stay on Congresswoman, so I don't want us to like go. Yeah,
Sure.
Because we have a lot of angry Californians, by the way. Just so you know, I know we didn't talk about this like beforehand, but Elsa, like so, I just read actually a message that came through that how she actually has been anti-Tigray regional, leadership for a very long time. Well, I'm saying Tigray leadership because she also likes to label TPLF, the word TPLF as a terrorist organization. So she's, you know, she has a deep history on her pocket being anti-Tegaru. Okay, so I wanted to be very clear to the viewers that this is not like something we're just like picking on her. Like she's very dangerous, and we need to like really be public and public shaming her until she stands up and speaks up for a woman. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, I'm really vocal about this. I want to be very clear that she has absolute power right now to go through. Even if we have a brother coming like down the road, like you know, I respect like what Indela say, but I'm not waiting for another month. I'm not waiting for another week. I'm not waiting. I don't want us to keep waiting. 4.5 months already gone by. People are like just about 4 days ago, 21 Tegaru have been dead from starvation, just like in one area. They all, I mean, just they were found dead because they didn't have water and food. Okay, so people are dying every day in addition to the other massacre that we're talking about. I know you guys can't see my face. Sorry, we are recorded like in a tight area that we're in, but the point here is I don't want to hijack the whole conversation. So I just wanted to like really, you know, appreciate, you know, what Indali's put in, but we have an issue with this woman right now. We want her action now, because if something changes later for another person to chair the House subcommittee, it might be too late. Another month might be actually a lot of people dead in Tigray. So what is your take on that?
Who, me?
That would be awesome.
Hi. First, because we missed
It's
our
okay.
flights because of the beautiful snow in Colorado. So we were able to, we had the opportunity to stay here one more night, 2 more nights actually, and be part of this protest for tomorrow against Karen Bass. So I think as Mike explained, you have Karen Bass, she's already set her mind against TPLF organization. She thinks they are a terrorist group, and which they are not. So when somebody's already that is, I feel like, or narrow-minded, you know, they set their mind to, I don't like this group. So as an African American, I'm so disappointed in her that she's not trying to look at the whole picture as a woman, these children, not just women getting raped in Tigray. Kids as young as 4 or 5 years old are getting raped by Eritrean troops, by Ethiopian militia, whatever, military, all kind of groups that are in there, and not taken that seriously because she has a high power position, and whatever decision makes impacts the people in Tigray, and that is a critical issue right now we're facing, and we're gonna try to convince her, and she should know. But this will give us the opportunity, I hope, for her to open up and listen, review witnesses. Like Mike said, why would you not listen to a witness? Why not? You live in America. When someone goes to court, don't you want to hear the witnesses, what they have to say before you prosecute them? So I hope she'll change her mind. If not, I don't think she should be held in any kind of public office. She doesn't serve, and she should be accountable. Actually, anybody that supports a dictator needs to be accountable for the decisions they make.
Judith, I'm going to jump right into you. So I would like you to, I'm going to switch the subject real quick. So the reason we're doing the protest tomorrow was not planned. We found out just like a few hours ago that the Amhara community is going to hold a protest in her office on Tuesday morning or afternoon, whatever that may be, to continue for her to support terror in Tigray. So I know we're asking the question in English, but we also want the out of the world community to know that those word community, meaning the Amharas in the diaspora and Amharas back at home, and the Tegaru as well. So do you mind actually switching from English into Amharic? I typically don't, I always say no, but can we, because I want them to understand what they're doing, how painful it is. So, and I know that, all of us here, speaks Amharic, but I think I pick you because I think you're very eloquent about the language that you can express and explain
Yeah.
what they're doing, how painful it is for Tegaru in the diaspora, Tegaru at home, of course, in particular the women that are being raped. And you have an African American Black woman who really doesn't see this.
Yeah. Thank you, Mike. በጣም ደስ ይለኛል እንደውም በአማርኛ ስለሆነ በደንብ ለማስረዳትም የሚቀለኝ ቋንቋዬ ስለሆነ ቋንቋዬ ባይሆንም ያደኩበት ቋንቋ ስለሆነ የምጠላው ግን የምጠቀምበት ለማንኛውም ግን አፍሪካን አሜሪካን ሴትዮ ስልጣን ላይ ያለች የማንንም ድምጽ መስማት የማትፈልግ የራሷን ወይም የራሷን አጀንዳ ነው ይዛ የምትንቀሳቀሰው ያለችው ከመጀመሪያው ጥላቻ አላት እና ለመፍረድ ራሷ አትመችም ለመፍረድም አይደለም እዛ ቁጭ ብላ ያለችው በሆነ ነገር አድርገው ቲፒኤልኤፍ ቴሮሪስት ነው ብለው አሳምነዋታል እና ያችን ይዛ ነው እየሄደች ያለችው እኛ ደግሞ አሁን እንግዲህ ነገ ፕሮቴስት እንዳጋጣሚ ሆኖ ካሊፎርኒያ ፕሮቴስት መተናል ግን እዚህ ቆይተናል ነገ ወጥተን እንግዲህ አሁንም ድምጽ ለመሆን እንሞክራለን በጣም የሚገርመው ነገር ግን ያገባት ሴትዮዋ ወይም ገብቷትም ሊሆን ይችላል አፍሪካን አሜሪካን ነች በማይኖሪቲ ስለሆኑ ወይም በጣም ብዝበዛ ስለደረሰባቸው አፍሪካን አሜሪካንስ in አሜሪካ ማለት ተጋሩ in ኢትዮጵያ እንደማለት ናቸው የሚሰሩት ነገር እንደፎረሸ ወይም ደግሞ ነጮች ባረጉት ጥፋት አንዳንዴ ጥቁሮች ይጠየቁበታል ልክ አማራ ሲሰርቅ ውሎ ቲፒኤልኤፍ ሌባ ነው እንደሚለው ወይንም አማራ ሲገል ውሎ ኦሮሞ ኦነግ ገደለ ትግራዋይ ገደለ ብሎ እንደሚለው እዚህም ሀገር እንደዛ አይነት ችግር አለ እሷ እኛን አንደርስታንድ ታደርጋለች ብለን እንደውም ማድረግ ያለባት እኛን አንደርስታንድ መሆን ነው ምክንያቱም ዘሯ ላይ የሚደርሰው ጥፋት እኛ ተጋሩ ላይ ኢትዮጵያ ውስጥ የሚደርስብን ጥፋት ስለሆነ ማለት ነው እኛን አንደርስታንድ ማድረጓን ትታ ግን ከነዚህ ጥሬ ስጋ እየበሉ ሲዋሹ ከሚውሉ ሰዎች ጋር ውላ ከርማ ያለፈው ጊዜም የተጎዳነው እኛ ተጋሩ ሆነን ሳለን ለምስክርነት ያቀርበቻቸው እነሱን ብቻ ነው የነበረውና በጣም እግዚአብሔር ስለረዳን ነው እንደውም እኛ ድምጻችን እየተሰማ ያለው እንጂ በሷ ቢሆን በመጀመሪያው ጊዜ እንደውም ጥላናለች ማለት ነው እዚህ ሀገር ምንድነው የሚባለው innocent until proven guilty በአማርኛ እንግዲህ ያው ታውቁታላችሁ ማንነታችን እስኪታወቅ ድረስ ሳይመረመር ሳትመራመርበት ያንዱን አካል ብቻ ደግፋ የምትንቀሳቀሰው ነገር በጣም የሚያሳዝነው ያም ሆነ እኛ ወጥተን ድምጽ እንሆናለን ለተጋሩ ድምጽ እንሆናለን ሳንተኛ እስከመጨረሻው ነፃነታችንን እስክናገኝ ድረስ ድምጽ እንሆናለን በዚህ አጋጣሚ ነገ ያው ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ አለ ማለት ነው ተጋሩ in ካሊፎርኒያ ሁላችሁም መውጣት ግዴታችሁ ነው ይሄው እኛ ከኮሎራዶ በረዶ ማስቀርቶን እዚህ ቁጭ ብለናል ግን ነገ ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ ላይ እንገኛለንና በተቻለ መጠን ምንም ኤክስኪዩዝ የላችሁም ለማንኛችሁም ሁላችንም ደክሞናል እኛም ደክሞናል ቤቶቻችንን ልጆቻችንን ጥለን ነው ይሄው እየጮህን ያለነው ካሊፎርኒያ ያላችሁ ተጋሩ ነገ ፕሊስ እንዳትቀሩ 10 o'clock እዛው እንግዲህ ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ ላይ እንገናኛለን ማለት ነው ግን ለማንኛውም ይሄ መልእክት ለሁሉም ነው ለሁላችንም ነው በተለይ እየገደላችሁን እንደገና ደግሞ በመገደላችን ላይ ተደስታችሁ ማለት ነው ሰላማዊ ሰልፍ ሳይሆን የግድያን እንደግፋለን ሰልፍ ለምትወጡ አማርኛ ተናጋሪዎች እባካችሁ ወደ እግዚአብሔራችሁ ተመለሱና ጸልዩ እህቶቻችሁ እናቶቻችሁ ቢሆኑ እየተደፈሩ ያሉት በእውነት እንደዚህ ታረጉ ነበር ምንም ሳትሆኑ እስር ቤት ተንገላታን ያላችሁ 27 አመት ጮኻችሁ ምንም አይነት ውጤት አላመጣችሁም እኛ የእውነት እየተጎዳን ስላለን ግን እየወጣን ድምጽ እያሰማን ነው ድምጻችን እየተሰማ ነው እየተሳያለው የተለየን ሰዎች ስለሆነን አይደለም እየተሰማን ያለ ነው ከኤቪደንስ ጋር ስለሆነ ነው የምንጮኸው ሁሌም የምንጮኸው ከኤቪደንስ ጋር ነው እስር ቤት ገብቼ እቃዬ ተቀጥቅጦ መውለድ አልችልም ብላችሁ በወር ውስጥ ለምትወልዱ ጎረምሶች እንደዛ አይነት አይደለም የኛ ጩኸት አገን ከኤቪደንስ ጋር የሆነውን ነገር በማቅረቢያ እንደዚህ አስቀምጠን ነው ይሄንን ነው እየሆነን ያለነው ጩኸታችን ለሰላማዊ ህዝብ ነው ይሆነው እንግዲህ ያለ
Thank you. So I don't know how I got the order, but I just went around and For those of you who don't know who Danny is from Denver. We met.
Dallas.
Oh, sorry. Denver. See, I guess still money. Okay, I got myself in trouble here. So, from Dallas, we met in Washington, D.C. And he's run 26 marathons. Is that right? Okay, 26 marathons. And he's going to run 27th marathon later this month. That's pretty incredible. Yes. I think I ran about 4 so far, maybe. Mostly half marathon. But anyway, so an amazing guy. You know, he's been helping us out a lot with, picking us up from the airport and making sure we're safe. And it's just an amazing brother. We appreciate him. We love him. And the unity that we have created as Tegaru in the diaspora shows you the crisis that happened in Tigray. Actually, what the Amhara have done to our people have united us. So as he would say, come to your conscious, come to your senses. He speaks all 3 languages, obviously. So I'm going to let him decide what language he wants to express.
Hey, thanks, Mike. Listen, guys, everybody has said it here, but Greater Los Angeles, please come out tomorrow. You saw it yesterday. We had a great turnout. So just please come out and let's do this protest, all right? And we're fired up and ready to go. Thanks.
Thanks, buddy. That was very quick and straight up to the point.
So, okay.
All right, so I think I see Indale is kind of looking at State Department website, trying to update us on the incoming person would be. But let's wrap this up because I'm getting messages saying our video actually is freezing up. That's some of the messages I've read. I apologize, you guys. We are having some pretty heavy buildings that internet is pretty slow, so I apologize on that. In any case, I hope you guys are able at least to get a little bit delayed, but I know that some of you have shared concerns that video is freezing up a little bit. So with that, I'm not going to give a turn this and that, but just take a turn yourself. Jump in what you want to say if we left out something that you want to add to the discussion, and then we can wrap it up because I don't want to make it long. It's very straightforward. Our agenda today is to talk about Congresswoman Karen Bass of Los Angeles, California, to stand with Tegaru, to stand for justice, to stand for women's rights, to stand for all Black lives around the world to matter. Who wants to jump in?
So this is not a politic issue, everyone. This is a humanitarian issue. Please come out and support the cause. Think about freedom. Think about women's rights. Think about genocide in 2021. It should never happen at this time. So please come out, support. Some of you that have to work, use your power. Use email, use something that you can reach out to Congress. If you know someone, a high-ranking official, someone, you can just email to them, get them involved, tell your neighbors, tell everybody. So please support this cause for the Tigray people. And if people don't know where Tigray is, north part of Ethiopia.
Mm-hmm. Thank you, Elsa. So I think Indale actually did a good job of researching facts for us. So I'm going to let him actually give us an update because it looks like he's got an updated information that he's going to correct me, which is okay. That's exactly what we want. I believe she's no longer a church person, right? Or is she still a church person?
No, she will be she's leaving.
When is our date ending?
It should be it's already official, but the next meeting will be depends on schedule. But the incoming chair will be taken. Previously, just to make the point on the record, Christmas from New Jersey was one of the chair before she came in on the picture. That time was during 3 years ago or 4 years ago. So she's still advocating for those who are opposing or us now, or those who are pro Ethiopian government currently. So she was very engaged with them in the past. So she's still sympathizing them. So, but she wouldn't be no longer a German woman. I'm sorry, So I would not burn a lot of our time. I think we should be able to burn our time with the new incoming. So he's also supportive into that. But I think she will be just a member, a committee member, but she still have a power anyway. She will make an influence because she was privileged. So, but we still need to engage her and let her know that we're concerned about her move. But at the same time, we have to share a strong, appealing information that she needs to know what's going on. And also, I mean, I don't think she doesn't know because she's in the enforcement committee. She get an update from the United States Intelligence Committee, and Omar, she's on a member of that too. So there's a lot of other Congress that they already informed. So it'll be easy for her to have at least one-on-one discussion, at least once with our committee. Eventually, I don't mean she will change her mind, but at least we'll let her know that she will be accountable for whatever she does in the future, even if even as a member. So I'm not really concerned because she's only a member now, because I'm concerned about the incoming one but he's been very supportive.
So who's the incoming one?
So I want to focus on. I'm sorry, guys. Let me just like interrupt you guys. Okay. So I really want us to stay focused on Karen Bass. So the message that we have for Tegaru for tomorrow, I respect the difference of opinion, but the focus is that we are deeply concerned about Karen Bass.
Yes.
Regardless. Okay. So our protest tomorrow, I don't want you guys to minimize this and not to feel that she's not important, so not show up. I want you guys to show up. I want you guys to write her letters. I want you guys to bombard her office with emails, phone calls, politely though. She needs to be on the right side of history. I don't want to minimize it. She has not been good at what's happening. So regardless, even if it means that she's no longer the chairwoman or she will not be the chairwoman, she's still a problem. We don't have time. People are dying.
We have today. So today she's there.
So exactly. So go ahead.
So she's there today, and then we want her to be on our side, or at least on the true side, not just the Tegaru side. But she wants. We want her to be on our side, on the women that are being raped every day, and all the people that are dying. So if we give time, meaning that she will be, I don't know, for another month, and then that means we have to wait for the other person to come in, and we don't know if he is going to be like her or a different person. So we still want her on our side. So please come tomorrow.
So I know that you spoke very briefly, but again, I'm going to repeat on our concern with her, our community across the U.S., but most importantly for the constituents here. And okay, so could you just like briefly say?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So, Karen Bond is a very powerful woman today. We need to come out tomorrow. Greater Los Angeles, we cannot miss this opportunity. So please come out. Let's make some noise for our voiceless people. And we expect you guys to come out just like we did yesterday. And let's go. We need you.
Yes.
So go ahead. You guys take another minute or so. If you guys each wanted to like add anything like that you want to pass on, like what we did yesterday, what the message and what you guys thought, and what you hope for tomorrow.
Yeah, so yesterday was great. Everyone was out there, everyone was energetic, and then you all did great, and you all did wonderful. We're so proud. I'm so proud of all Tegaru, the young ones especially. It doesn't matter what age, but I love the young people's energy. And what you did yesterday was great, and it's just.
I think that's all of us, right?
Yes,
Absolutely.
all of you, all the young people, everyone that came, all Tegaru that came yesterday, it was great, it was wonderful, we're powerful. We don't sleep when we think of doing something, we're at it like all the time, every second. So we want you to keep on thinking about our people, your people, my people, Tegaru, the beautiful people of Tegaru needs our help. And we do not need to sleep, eat, or anything. You just have to think about them 24/7, and that's what we're doing here. We're here from Colorado, and we're staying another day, a couple of more days. So the people in California, you have no excuse not to show up tomorrow. Please be on the protest.
I like that. El Sinus is going to go. But I want to disagree with Huri, which I don't often do, but make sure you eat, make sure you take care of yourself, make sure you exercise, because we want you to be healthy to help Tegaru. So that is very important. So that's very important.
That's a doctor order.
Yes, thank you.
I'm doing all of this, but every time I'm doing something like eating, sleeping, I feel guilty because I know our people are not doing those things freely. They are, of course, eating, and some of them are not eating, and that's why, people are dying of starvation. But we're doing it all because we're in a free country, but that means, we're doing it with guilt. But I don't mean for you guys not to eat. So like Mike says, exercise actually, eat, sleep well, exercise, and be at the protest tomorrow.
Okay, ትማል ዝነበረ እንደሆነ ሰይን ትግርኛ በጣም ጽቡቅ ነይሩ ኩሉ ተጋሩ አፍሪኩምና it was a great opportunity to come to Los Angeles. Wait, በጣም ጽቡቅ ነይሩ ተሓባቢሮምና ካብ ህፃን ቆልዓ ጀሚሮም ክሳብ ዓበይቲ ነይሩ ናይ ትማሊ protest ዝነበረ ስለዚ ትግራይ ትዕወት ኩሉና ብሓንሳብ ኮይና let's do this.
Famikiraya, Hamzi Nagar Zara, Famikiraya. Go ahead, darling.
It's so hard to it's so hard to say outside what she said, but I think I'll
But you're speaking to Tigrinya now, right?
Yeah, no, I'm speaking to Tigrinya right now. Okay, but I like to keep it with Mike's slogan, so it's an English broadcast. But I think just to be a serious point, and first of all, I think yesterday was awesome. I mean, not only just us as the protesters, but the general public. I think that's my thought to say to Americans to say thank you, because we need to appreciate the great people of America, especially here yesterday. A lot of them, as you know, it's the weekend, the traffic, so most of them did understand exactly what we're going through. So they did not really agitate or did not disrespect us. They're all polite. They just divert the traffic themselves. LAPD was not even called because of even us being disobedient or disturbing or anything. So I think both sides, I just commend you for those of you who live in this town for managing, but at the same time for those of you who came from all over across the states, and also you should be tap on your shoulder, and I appreciate it because I have seen it to all of you, but the young people. But in the meantime, thank you so much. But I would like to say to the local community, thank you very much, especially for those of you Americans. I happen to know, and some of them even know they're out on dinner, they're visiting, they stop and they ask. They're not even really. It was just I never see any incidents whatsoever. So as a media person myself, and I was communicating with some security platforms in the area, and they were very happy. They even know how long they stay. They don't mind even if they continue all night because it was peaceful but serious demonstration. So this is how the Americans are seeing it. They know about the Tigray, but now the officials, those who hold a power, positions to make an action. So all of us have responsibility to contact our elected officials, period. We don't sleep, like Hiro said, like Mike was saying, we have to keep healthy, but at the same time, we have to make sure we have a real dialogue with elected officials, because everybody knows the genocide in Tigray. And now, to get on an action, we need to have an urgent communication with elected officials, because they're the one who makes the decision after all for this country. Thank you.
Very well said. Yep, go ahead.
I just wanted to say thank you, America, for giving me the opportunity to express my freedom to go out and protest without getting killed, beaten, taking away my right. Because that's not what's taking place in Tigray. Tigray, they are being murdered for electing Debretsion, the president of Tigray. That's the only crime that was committed against the Tigray people, what they're getting punished for now. And thank you, America. I'm glad to be an American citizen.
For Tegaru, ትግርኛ ስለዘይገዛ ነው።
Oh, no. As Dad said, and everybody else said here, man, Americans were very supportive yesterday, honking their horn. I mean, they were very supportive. They were stopping, asking, even some of them stepping out of their car just to shout out a few chants. So, hey, listen, guys, again, I'm going to say it again. Greater Los Angeles, we want you to come out tomorrow. Support this protest. We want you out there. Thank you.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. It was nice to have the product of Tegaru, the quality that you see. We don't sleep. I think what Hurit said earlier, to be clear, is that she didn't mean for you guys to go starving. All it means,
Yeah.
okay, the mothers out there,
Fast.
those of you who brought us hambasha, which is a bread, to the protest, those of you who volunteer your money to bring water, and then those of you who wore a vest to support and to keep us safe in the protest, thank you so much. So I'm going to switch it into Tigrinya to summarize it. Timali subo salama sa traize konasi bitami እዛው ከተማ ዘሎ ናይ ሎስ አንጀለስ ፋስት ላይፍ ከም ዝኾነ ንፈልጦ ኢና ፋስት ላይፍ ብእንግሊዝኛ እዩ ግን በቃ ኣብዚኡ ብዙሕ ሰብ ስለ ዘለዎ ከተማታት ብመካይን ጠጠው እንተሎ ክዝንግዕ እንተሎ ብዙሕ ናይ ችኮላ ገለታት ስለ ዘሎ ኣብኡ ዝረአናዮ ግን ጠጠው እናበሉ ናይ ኣሜሪካ ባንዴራና ናይ ትግራይ ባንዴራ ብሓደ ጎኒ ጎኒ ኣብ ልዕለይና ሒዝናዮ ክንንቀሳቐስ በቃ ገሪምዎም እንታይ እዩ ሰዓሉ ጸለምቲ ጠጠው በቃ መኪና ጠጠው እናበሉ እንታይ እናውሩ መስኮት ዊንዶም መስኮቶም እናውረዱ ይሓቱና መስና ኣብና ሓፀርና በልና ፍላየር ይናይናዮ ጽሑፍ ማለት እዩ ጽሑፍ ይናዮ እንታይ ከም ዝኾነ እንታይ ይግበር ከም ዘሎ ትግራይ ህዝቢ ትግራይ ከመይ ገይሩ ተጨቁኑ ይቅተል ከም ዘሎ ደቂ ኣንስትዮ ከመይ ይድፈራ ከም ዘለዋ እናነገርናዮም ሓዚኖም ግን ተረዲእዎም ከይዶም ማለት እዩ ማንም ሰብ ሓደ ሰብ ኣይኮነና ብጣዕሚ ድማ ነዊሕ ዝኾነ by the way just in English to switch it was the longest protest I believe I saw like some posts today that we went on for I believe for 6.5 hours close to 7 hours so by the time everybody was dispersed it was a total of like 6 hours and 45 minutes just imagine but the protest alone was about 6.5 hours and when it was time to disperse it was wonderful because everybody just dispersed peacefully so those of you who showed up from all over the country thank you so much يغنينا بمول أمريكا زمسخهم حوات تجارو نتجار فتوتي كتراوي نقول نيربيا خمسة قرقم تأكلكم تأكلنا يغنينا رامو يا بزحيرة بنيه جن ريح حرق تصلست زمانو إننا تتقرنيا قاسنا هم رامو سلسلة يسمعوا نسوا تحن كسينا رامينيا زارو خنا قرب زينا كنا بكرنا إننا بدنا نايسبح emergency process نايزلنا نايكيرن باست بحر سويتي صليت إن تجراي هزي إن تجراي من قستي زحدرت تمسيل نحنا رأينا يو مس نحن ناتريت هذا كونس الناس راح تسأل حد سلسلة بوني عاوزك إنك حلنا عاوز إنه لوس أنجلوس إنه محاره little Ethiopia has been مقدر يوم إنجول كاليفورنيا تهاري بزيو نساتهم وشتاوش تناتو أمناتها بيروت هيكوري كلتهم حارو ذكر سيسرات نيالو وايم نساتهم حسابنا عدنا هاو تيجي كلاتها توالاشي كم تايم أقولكم سلازين إحنا خلنا ساعة طويلة دحريت كنا مديرنا كنا نستعرف يكونن زي سرعة زي ولنا كان نستعرف يكونن بس أنا سرعة جين ناتا خلنا استيعلنا ناتا خلنا فرد علنا صحف الناس حفنا بتلي أو كاليفورنيا أنا أو لوس أنجلوس إنهم تجارو وحدات يكون كلهم نحنا ما حادة تجرواي نميت خلطة ميتي كون على وتهدر ناي حدفنا ناي أم حرام اللي شاد قالوا خمسة كمينات هذا المسيم يوم ميدا ست قبل أن زود قوام ذلوا نحنا أنا وزي كوب جانا إحنا صار ذلنا بس حقين إحنا تجارنا بس أوس هذا لنا سلزي ناوكو أيهم أيونات صباح جن شلالي كوربو نعتاكو ساعة عصرتي أفتنا كارن باس Congresswoman كارن باس يلكم رأيكم مسؤول سوشيال ميديا حاطلو تي فلايرات هي بوستي قروا ولا بتم حاطنا مناسيون نستاف قول بماسنجر جروب زلهم بفيسبوك كلا هذا لو تحاطلنا خلت فويه تحاطلنا بليز زيادة بروجرام حرفا زلهم بناي حاطر كاميرا كده سلا حرفا له ناي زلين مقد غيره كم حلال فوق مسكري سلا زي كاركو يكتاغور لبا otherwise أزيازني حوات جن كم زيجارم سنة ساعات نحن حسام قريبا مسانا حقوينا بنبلتنا بتعامل عتم أنا خبرت يحاول يبنينا خبرت يحاول يحواتي. You guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you for your willingness to continue the fight. Those of you who may not be familiar or don't know who Ndala is, you know, he obviously has a radio show in Denver, Colorado, KETO, 93.5. Did I get it right?
9.
I was so close. 93.9. Okay, 93.9. So I'm okay to be corrected because we want to get it right. KETO, I got the name right. The station 93.9. I live in Oregon, so I don't get it to my area. But if you're in the Denver closer area within, I believe, 15-mile radius, you can get the radio station. I think that's what we taught, right?
Yeah.
Got that right? Thank you. Okay, so I got almost everything right except the radio station, 93.9. Okay, I'm going to just have that store in my mind. So with that, he's been doing an awesome job going around the protests around the country, recording a lot of like the videos. Brother Jeff has been producing some of them for us, and none of them are collecting money for salary. He's not getting paid. We're not getting paid. Brother Jeff's not getting paid. We're not looking for money. We're not looking for payment. We're looking for justice for Tegaru. That's all there is. For freedom, justice, for Tegaru to be free and to live their life, not be killed using mass starvation in Tigray. With that, unless you guys have something to say and I forgot something, I believe we are done.
See you
أيكم
tomorrow.
ناينا
See you tomorrow.
أيكم ناينا
أيكم ناينا
أيكم ناينا أنت غصب جميلة إرسا خلي بالك غصب إرسا غصب ده
مسو beautiful people of Tegaru أيونا كنا شنفنا نعوت لنا أحواتنا يوين شنفلو يوم military wise civilians هنا دمسنا سمع لنا
Baru, thank you now and now. You guys have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow for sure.